Yo, call me Blooper the I'm a fish you. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Game Sketch. Today, and only today, we are here to talk, that's right, about the future of classic Sonic. There's been a lot of news going around, some misconceptions, some things that are valid criticism, and I want to sort of address it and talk about what are the possibilities and things that are going on with the 2D classic Sonic branding. So to give a bit of context here, is there were a lot of clickbait articles going around on Twitter saying that Sonic Superstars sales this holiday were sluggish, when really Sega was saying that their entire Q4 was sluggish. So Sega has issued a financial warning after what's called the sluggish and weak sales during the crucial holiday 2023 period. Reporting its financial performances for the 9-month period of December, Sega said it had revisited its sales and profit forecast down mainly due to weak sales of new games released during the third quarter. In our consumer area, although we released some new titles in Q3 including Superstars, Endless Dungeon, Total War, sales went sluggish during the holiday sales season. So I'm not saying Superstars didn't sell super well, but I am saying that to clarify, a lot of their titles from that period were not selling well. So for all those articles being like it was Sonic Superstars that sold sluggish, no. Now Sega's response to this is kind of blaming the world, which is a little weird, right? They said that sales in Europe and US in particularly were sluggish. Regarding the entertainment content industry in the consumer area, the expansion of the market mainly in Europe and US has reached a plateau due to the worsening economic environment by inflation and other factors. In addition, game development costs are rising, urgent need to respond to these changes in the business environment. Now, there are no concrete numbers on Sonic Superstars, but people were guesstimating that it was around 2 million because in the last quarter, 2.3 million Sonic games were sold. Not necessarily that they were all Sonic game, like Superstar copies, but it implied that at least it sold 1.5 to 2 million. Which, keep in mind, when Superstars came out, Sega did admit that other games had significant impact on Sonic Superstars sales, obviously being Mario Wonder and Spider-Man launching on the same game. Same day. I cannot tell you how bad of a decision that was. Like, yeah, Sonic fans are always going to be there frame one, day one on their game, but you are missing out on a lot of more casual sales when you launched a 2D Sonic game that is notably worse than, you know, a 2D Mario game, which is getting like some of the best reviews of all time for a platform, right? It felt like a no-brainer when people had to make a choice which one they were going to pick. Now, who's to blame here, right? I still think there is some blame on Sega. I'm telling you, even if Superstars by some miracle was this 10 out of 10 video game product, I still think it would have been impacted sales-wise by Mario Wonder. Mario is just in its own league of sales and recognition and admiration, especially we had the Mario movie last year. Like, things were really on the high for Mario. Love that putting it that same week was just, it was fun for the fans who could afford both or were excited for both, but not good in terms of like what you should do as a company. Now, what's next, right? Because a game selling 1.5 to 2 million is by no means a failure, right? When you think of a game like Mania, that's one of the most beloved Sonic games, that game sold about 2 to 3 million total lifetime. That's like one of the most beloved Sonic things ever, right? And then we look at Sonic Frontiers, which is a mega hit right now at about 4 million copies, nearing probably 5 million at some point. Like, that game to them is a mega success for Sonic, and I think they were somewhat expecting that with Superstars, which is unrealistic. You made a game that was pretty solid, but is a 2D game that's much shorter, that was the same price as Frontiers, and I just think the expectations and reality of things did not make sense in the long run. And I don't know what the lesson is here, because there are 3 routes they can take. The first route is build upon the foundation, right? I think Superstars is a good foundation. I know a lot of people don't like hearing that, right? But it is. I felt like it was a game that had all the right physics, all the right ideas to be, a successor in a modern 2D Sonic game, but it just fell flat in a lot of senses of memorability and obviously some of the glitches and some of the lack of innovation, I would say, and identity. Like, I think biggest problem with Superstars is just not being a mega moment for 2D Sonic and just being like, okay, that was another 2D Sonic. It felt like the new Super Mario Bros. Of Sonic, where it was like, okay, this is good, but that's it. And so would I like to see a Superstars 2 where it was just brand new zones in that same engine, but everything's much more boss. Yeah, I wouldn't say that they need to let go of the branding or of classic Sonic as a concept. I think if they keep working with that team to make something even better, I'm down. I don't think this is something they gotta dip on, but I have a feeling, knowing Sega, they are gonna dip on them. I don't see Arzus working on another one of these 2D Sonic games unless they really do want to build a relationship with them, which I think they should. I think a healthy thing to do as a game development studio is building a relationship, being like, okay, Arzus, like, we did okay this time, you know, we did a pretty good job. Let's continue to build together. Let's keep learning the engine together. Let's learn level design together. Let's work on this. Now, option 2 here is go back to sprites. You know, maybe you don't get the Mania team because they're busy with Penny's Big Breakaway, but get another studio to help you make a modern sprite-based classic 2D Sonic game. I think that it worked for Mania, even though it wasn't a juggernaut of sales. But I don't know, I feel like you could make that game sell like crazy if you market it as a much bigger thing. You have hell of a lot of content in it. Maybe you make the price a little cheaper. The branding is bigger now. Like, I think a Mania 2 today would still sell incredibly higher than, you know, a Mania 1 from back in 2017 where the Sonic brand was. You know, I just think it would do much better. Or option 3 is you go the Mario Wonder route, right, where you make a classic modern 2D Sonic game, right, where everything is, you know, beautiful, over the top. You could tell it's handcrafted to the smallest detail. Just make some significant jump in the series to make people go like, oh shit, like, this is the future of classic Sonic that celebrates the past but makes it modern. But I do think the 4th secret option that a lot of people want is another 2D modern Sonic game. I think, look, classic Sonic as a branding is cool. I know Sega really likes it. I mean, we're getting Sonic X Shadow Generations where classic Sonic is still a part of that. We got Sonic Origins, we've got Mania, he was in Forces. Like, classic Sonic is a brand of his own at this point, and I don't think Sega is too keen on letting that go. But I do think there is a value in having a modern Sonic 2D game in the vein of an Advance or a Rush, you know, or, you know, I think there's value to that, because as far as we know, until they maybe advanced 2D Sonic, 2D classic Sonic, modern Sonic in 2D is just more exciting. You know, if he has the boost, if he's doing his air tricks, like, I feel like they could even just apply those things to classic Sonic and make him feel cooler. But if they're not gonna do that, then yeah, I would much rather get like a Sonic Advance 4 or something in the Sonic Rush style where like it feels like you're getting the style and story of modern Sonic, but you're still getting like classic 2D gameplay that's still fun and over the top. I don't know, I'm not one of those naysayers that hates classic Sonic or the design of it or the idea of it. I want it to be bigger and better than it is, right? Like I said, for me, I want it to have its Mario Wonder moment where we see a trailer for 2D classic Sonic, like, oh my god, this art style is fucking crazy. This level looks incredible. Oh my god, what's this ability? Wait, we're getting this character playable? Like, I want crazy excitement for a game like that, but I also do want to see the series move to, you know, 2D modern. But I don't know, it's a difficult question to ask because there's a lot of what ifs and unknowns there. But let me know, of course, what you would like to see and what you are most excited for. What do you think is going to go down with the future of classic Sonic? Guys, thank you all for watching. You're the best, and of course, I'll see you all next time. Peace out.